Good afternoon. It's a big honor and a major privilege for me to be able to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Alliance. It's a big birthday. And I have been associated with this group from the very beginning, and it's been a transformative experience for me personally and professionally. I remember those days very well. I'd arrived in Wistar for a couple of years, and I was the founding chair of the Department of Cancer Biology and director of the Cancer Center. I received a visit from Tom Cole. I had not met Tom. I had met, in fact, his wife, Liz, who was a reporter from the Telegram and Gazette. And Tom wanted to talk to me about the possibility of creating an initiative specifically focused on pancreatic cancer. We met in my office in the Lazar building. Tom was telling me about his journey, his family's journey, with Irene, his mom, getting sick of the disease. And it was only a few days later that I was having lunch downstairs in the cafeteria that I met Brian Davis. Brian had just finished treatment for pancreatic cancer. He asked me if I was the one that delivered a little bit of a speech at the Walk to Cure Cancer. And I said that I was, and he was telling me about his journey. And this is really how we started. And we decided to bring together people that had been touched by the disease. And I want to emphasize that the disease was not what defined the people that used to come to the conference room of our fourth floor in the Department of Cancer Biology. It was really the passion, their dedication, their commitment to make a difference. And we grew very quickly. There was tremendous energy in the room, tremendous excitement about the possibility of making a difference in a catastrophic disease with remarkable poor outcome for our patients and their families. And we did many good things. Through the support of the Alliance, we started processes of new grants, pilot funding, advocacy, fundraising initiatives. And in fact, in my opinion, it was because of the Alliance that we were able to recruit fantastic physician scientists to Wistar. Jennifer Tsang and Steve Grossman, I don't think would have been our colleagues had it not been for the support of the Alliance and for their commitment to support their career as physician scientists. Both of them then went on and progressed with very successful accomplishments in pancreatic cancer and other types of tumors. And was that enough? So one afternoon, I received an email from Brian saying, I'm gonna come over. And this was not unusual. Brian would oftentimes stop by my office, and he was my friend. And we would talk about the Alliance, we would talk about cancer. And he said, I wanna see you because I wanna tell you how to get to Los Angeles. I said, okay, Brian, let's talk about it. And so we sat down. It was late afternoon. There was nobody around. And he said, if I need to go to Los Angeles, I can walk to LA. If I need to go to Los Angeles, I can bike to LA. But if I want to be in Los Angeles, I need to fly to LA. And those words stayed with me since the moment that he mentioned them. Those words stayed with me personally and professionally. And sometimes I think whether we, doctors and scientists, are content of just walking to LA, whether we do enough for our patients, whether we embrace what needs to be done in order to truly make a difference, particularly in diseases like pancreatic cancer. And this is against the backdrop of a world where even fundamental scientific discoveries are looked upon with suspicion and generates wild conspiracy theories. A world where federal funding agencies seem to have forgotten that the only way in which American preeminence in science and medicine can triumph is through innovation and risk-taking. And so, if we want to get to LA, and if we want to be to LA, this is why we need the Alliance. We need the Alliance now not just celebrating the past, but cherish the values that the Alliance bring to us. Values of resilience, courage, freedom to discover, values of getting together, support one another, and advance the science and the medicine. These are my best recollections for my days in Wistar and with the Alliance. And again, it's a great pleasure and personal privilege to be here today and celebrate this moment in the history of this amazing organization.